Welcome back to the Wrestling Around podcast with me, Terry Peters, and I'm joined by the ever-present, world-renowned Scoop L.
Scoop L. Yeah, it's a new show, sort of. So that
It,
is the
it,
correct intro.
yeah,
Been a while.
forget the Bingley Mega Chippy. This is the Wrestling Around Mega News. There you go. Is Bingley Mega Chippy still a thing?
No, it was about a week on it last year.
Yeah, won't mention it because it was relevant at one point, a bit like us. Um, but first things first, if you listened to last week's episode, and if you did, thank you very much. You may have heard a very quiet 3-4 minutes. Um,
Yeah.
I believe there was an editing error.
Well, it wasn't so much an error as an omission. Ross had very kindly got me a birthday cameo. I played a month after my birthday. When he bought it, it's up for debate. I reckon it was like January 7th, past that point. But regardless, normally I edit those in the show afterwards, use a bit of magic, and then you can hear us going, huh, as the cameo is playing. I forgot to do that last week. Um, I will rectify it. In fact, if you're listening now, if you're not listening to last week's episode, go back and you'll be fine, probably. But yeah, otherwise you would have got a 3 minute period of silence. You may have got an advert in the middle because I know Aircast drops adverts into silent periods. So you may have gone, oh, here's Simon Miller, and then
Screwfix.
you might have got that woman from Screw. No, is it HSBC? They're really. You're gonna
Um,
go fucking homeless and lose your job. That
that's the
one.
that's the government, isn't it?
No, I'm sure there's a HSBC one. Or is it where it's like you're gonna lose all your money unless you bank with us, you prick. It's really arrogant, really
I'm not sure.
aggressive.
Don't think I've heard it.
Anyway,
To be fair,
yeah, I mean shout out to HSBC, great partner and sponsor. But
we're
you
not
won't
affiliated with
you
them
won't run ads on here
whatsoever.
again. But yeah, there was a period of silence, so apologies. I'm getting back into the swing of things, getting
We
back
had a
to
month off,
editing,
didn't we?
getting a month off. Finding time in my I think there was some sort of libelous words that weren't um censored either. So don't sue us.
Just trying to think of that. That was me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't think it was libelous. I think you just referenced a known.
I just referenced a man that shouldn't be referenced in
I was going
20.
to say none, but then that would be libelous. So just
Yeah,
someone dodgy.
a man that probably shouldn't be referenced in 20. I almost said 1994, 2024.
Yeah.
But moving away from the past, we
Yeah.
are looking forward to the future, and the future is if you smell what The Rock is cooking, he is on the TKO board as of the 23rd of January 2024. Which is massive, massive news. Also, as part of this, we also learned that Vince McMahon has shaved his mustache off, so RIP to that.
That was the big news, I
Yeah, it
thought.
was.
Yeah.
But the press release stated that The Rock's appointment reflects TKO's commitment to delivering long-term value and strong performance for shareholders through strategic growth initiatives across both UFC and WWE. Vince McMahon said very few people on the planet understand the convergence of sports, entertainment, media, and business like Rock. We are proud to have him join the TKO board to help him take our company to new heights. The Rock himself added, my grandfather, High Peter Maivia, my dad, Rocky Soulman Johnson, would never have thought this day would come, which is why I'm very humbled to have a seat at the table that has been decades of history and family and legacy for me, a table that has helped my family, a table that my family helped build. Being on the TKO board of directors and taking full ownership of the name The Rock is not only unprecedented, but incredibly inspiring as my crazy life is coming full circle. At my core, I am a builder who builds for and serves the people, and Ari is building something truly game-changing. I am very motivated to help continue to globally expand our TKO, WWE, and UFC businesses as the worldwide leaders in sports and entertainment, while proudly representing so many phenomenal athletes and performers who show up every day putting in the hard work with their own two hands to make their dreams come true and deliver for our audiences. I've been there, I'm still there, and this is for them. That's it. But as part of the deal, Dwayne Johnson now owns the Rock trademark, which has entered into services and merchandising agreement with WWE, which is the first of its kind, I believe. Because
Yeah.
generally, to get around those, people would change their real like one that's coming to my mind is Test. He changed his name to Andrew Test Martin, so he could still be called Test.
Yeah, Warrior did the same, didn't he?
Yeah,
But just
Warrior.
Warrior.
Was
Missed
it
out the
War?
ultimate
Was
part.
it Warrior Warrior?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
So
think so.
I think like say it's the first of its kind. To be fair, let's be honest. Now he's on the board of directors. I don't think The Rock is going anywhere that
No,
isn't
do you know what this means?
WWE, is he?
This is the what culture headline for tomorrow. The Rock could appear in AEW legally. There's nothing
Yeah,
stopping him now.
yeah, it's true.
This
It's
is what
true.
he's done. Tony Khan is a genius. What he's done is he's got his friend Dana White to meet with his friend The Rock, probably. I don't know. There's a Warner Bros. Connection there, maybe.
Dwayne
And he's
Johnson.
gone, yeah, get him on the board. He'll get The Rock back. And I think he's going to appear at All In. It's AEW's year, telling you.
Is that the gauntlet that you're laying down? Is
That's
it?
that's what's going to happen.
That's the statement that you're laying
No,
down.
but
The
I guess
Rock
it
is
would kind of
Test.
avoid, assuming The Rock appears on some sort of Warner Bros. Show again, which he probably will do, or film, more importantly.
It'll be a film, won't
I
it? At
guess
some
when
point.
AEW have to plug it, they'll be allowed to say The Rock now. So yeah,
Yes.
um,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but it's pretty big in
It-
this. It's they're not fucking about. He's been involved for the UFC. Probably he's probably been on UFC TV more than he's been on WWE TV in the past 5
yeah.
years at
I mean, he's
least.
recently just come back on Raw, hasn't he? And
Yes,
what I enjoyed about his statement was, "I'm at the table," which
yes.
was I enjoyed that little dig
So
or
when he's
sort of nod to obviously current storyline for
yeah, so
WWE.
when like Cody wins the Rumble on Sunday and they go ahead full steam ahead with that story, The Rock can just be like, "No, I want season out. I just meant I was going to be on the board."
Yeah,
That's, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. That would
But
be the head. I guess it'd be on a. Can you imagine The Rock sat at a boardroom table there? Just the he's going to dial in through Zoom, surely.
I'd like to be in those meetings. They're going to be very charismatic meetings, aren't they, with him involved?
Because Vince is still on the board, right?
I believe so. Let's go to TKO Holdings website. I
Yeah.
believe he is.
Triple H is not on the board, so I
No,
guess
but he was there today, wasn't he?
yeah.
I'm guessing because
And he's
again,
still a big cheese in WWE.
yeah, I was going to say he's whatever his title is. Is it head of
Creative content,
creative?
chief of something like that, chief or president or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
but ultimately, I think it's one of those where Triple H is solely based on WWE, whereas The Rock can do what he wants. Essentially, he sort
Yes,
of knows both companies, doesn't he?
yeah.
Um, and let's be honest, everyone, probably nine people out of 10 would say The Rock first over Triple H, although
Oh
this
God,
is
yeah.
well known. So
He's a bigger,
it's
he's a bigger star, and he's ran companies before, hasn't he?
yes. So
Um,
sorry, Vince McMahon is still on the board. He's the executive chairman of TKO Holdings
yeah.
or TKO Group Holdings. He's on the board of directors. But yeah, it is a big move for TKO. I'm very interested to see how The Rock then interlinks with WE. You would assume he'll be on WE TV a lot more than what he has been as part of this.
Yeah, I would assume that so Fightful Selector kind of reported this was kind of the reason he's on the board is to get him on TV, like from WWE's point of view.
Yeah.
They've kind of like come back and he's like, no, I don't really fancy it, but he's kind of busy and they've kind of had to say, well, we'll put you on the board and we'll give you your trade back.
And
And
then
it's like, fine, so I can appear on Dynamite next week. No.
the thing is, it's The Rock has basically built an entire brand for himself, hasn't he, as well, off the back of a wrestling career. Like he's starred in movies, everyone knows who he is.
Yeah.
Um, he's I don't know, is he? I believe he may be the most followed man on social media in America.
He was for a long time. I feel like
Yeah,
Messi's took over now.
is it Messi now? Is it?
I
But
think possibly.
either way, it sort of shows the magnitude that he is. And he's also the co-owner of the United Football League as well.
Yes, which is the merged XFL
Uh,
and USFL.
yeah, United States Football League. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I wonder as well if how much he'll try and bring that to the table as well for TKO. Try and sort of as another thing that they can run,
It could
sort
come
of as
back
a
into
side
it.
project.
Yeah, it could that is
If it,
starting about 2 weeks before WrestleMania, I think.
and you would think with TKO funding it or behind it, that it would certainly be a lot more, people would be a lot more receptive to it than what they were the XFL potentially.
Yeah, well you've got the history of it with the XFL now.
And
Um,
I think now in a social
yeah.
media age, rather, the XFL was kind of before its time in a way. Like
Hmm.
if you launch that now, I think a lot of people will be a lot more receptive to it.
Yeah, apparently the 2020 version before the pandemic was pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Um,
And you could the thing is now you can do a lot more shorts of it and stuff, the big hits or
yeah,
the touchdowns or the big plays and stuff. To sort of show what it's about. Whereas obviously 22, 23 years ago that wasn't a thing.
yeah,
And you were solely relying on WETV really to understand what it was. But
yes.
again, now The Rock, I wouldn't be surprised if that comes as part of it as well. If you see
Yeah, I think there'll be some
wrestling
cross
as part of
promotion for sure. Like if
it.
he's not, there'll be is it the Terramana, the tequila? I'm surprised his press release didn't end with
Yes, that's a good
shot of
point.
Terramana for the
But
board.
but that's it though, isn't it? It's another thing that he's done
Yeah,
is the tequila. It is mad what he's done. Really. But yeah,
yeah.
it is really, really cool. Um, like I say, what will be interesting is to see how this then plays out on WETV and UFC. With this sort of happening, do we think The Rock will now be at WrestleMania?
I think he'll be there. Whether he wrestles
Are you still unsure on that one?
is another thing. It's on
Yeah.
his own time. Apparently, I've not seen any of the interviews there, but apparently the way he was talking because he did the press circuit,
Yeah, yeah.
with this in the Netflix news, which I'm sure we'll get onto.
Yeah, well,
Um,
follow that up.
I think he was covering both, and he was kind of apparently the way he was talking was more like, "Oof, it's kind of maybe next year I'll be wrestling
Yeah, yeah.
Roman." I think
Which
he'll be there for sure this year because
I yeah.
this is the first WrestleMania of the TKO era. We found out about the sale
It was just after
or the
Mania,
merger
wasn't
in
it?
the middle of it. I think wasn't it? Was it?
Was it the day after it all went through? I can't remember now. It's coming up very
Yeah, I
close to the
feel like
year
we were
anniversary
when we
anyway,
watched
isn't
the
it?
second night together, we knew it was happening. It was I don't know if it was announced or if it was just
Yeah, and then I
strong
think
rumors and it got announced the Monday morning. It
yeah,
was
something
definitely
like that.
WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, yeah. It was going to say it's very much coming up to the year of it now anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um, Either way, I mean, so it was founded, TKO was founded in the 12th of September 2023. But when it actually purchased WWE, does it say here? I'm just trying to quickly scan read. Uh, yeah, on April the 3rd, 2023,
Yeah, I think
WWE
that
and
was the
Endeavor.
morning of the Raw after, if I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
it was the infamous one where Vince turned back up again. It
Yes,
was
that was
like,
it. And everyone,
yes,
yeah,
lads,
yeah,
like he just did his
yes,
own thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all coming back. So, God, we're coming up to the year anniversary of that. I bet there'll be some. How is the first year of TKO been?
yeah. But I think The Rock wants his
WWE
last
videos
match at
coming up.
WrestleMania.
I think that's the only
But
way it can go. It'd
as
be the most fitting way, wouldn't it?
Sean Ross Sapp pointed out, now he is on the board. He's got a fiscal responsibility to get the best deal for his shareholders. So if Saudi Arabia pop up and be like, "Hey, Rock, here's a lot of money if you do your last match here," will he do it?
Yeah,
Will he do it?
I don't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah. Does that fiscal responsibility involve him? I don't know if it involves him being like, "Well, we'd make more money if I was wrestling,
I was going
so
to say I don't know what
I've got to
classes
wrestle
as.
every night."
I don't really know what fiscal responsibility means in terms. I know obviously he's sort of
Yeah,
responsible for getting the best deal, but what that means for him
yeah.
individually, because I don't know. Does he then have to put money into the company as well? Do you
He
know?
has made a lot of money from it. Apparently, he's got
Right.
stock options from it.
Okay.
Um,
Because that's like I
yeah.
say, that's the other thing, isn't it? It's
It seems
all
like there's no downside for The Rock other than he's got to go to a board meeting every now and again. Um,
which he will probably dial into, as we've
Maybe like
said.
once a year. Yeah, he'll have a short
Yeah,
time and he'll be on a beach in Hawaii.
drinking
Um,
tequila, laying the
yeah,
SmackDown,
yeah,
dialing in from the SmackDown hotel lobby.
yeah. But yeah,
We've
he'll
got
definitely be at WrestleMania. Whether he wrestles,
is another story.
maybe that's the other thing. He's talked a lot about the table in the press release.
I wouldn't be
Roman versus Rock for his WWE board seat.
I wouldn't be surprised if he turns up at the Rumble this weekend.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, I think he'll be there.
He's
I'd
yeah.
even keep an eye out on SmackDown this Friday.
Uh, do you know, I'm not sure about SmackDown.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I think they might tease him as like a surprise entrance into the Rumble. So his music hits, and then comes out and says it's not me, and then introduces somebody else.
Oh, that's gonna kill whoever that is.
It depends who they pick.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
happened. Pete Dunne's music went off and Kurt Angle logged out.
oh God, yeah, yeah. We'll cover the Royal Rumble as well
Yeah. Oh,
before we
Pete
wrap
Dunne's
up tonight.
back. That's a
Yeah,
minor,
that's
but
another
that's
one.
that's all the news. Yeah.
We'll get there.
Um,
The other massive, probably arguably bigger.
mhm.
In fact, it is bigger than the Rock going onto the TKO board. Raw is moving as of January 2025 to Netflix. Don't think
Yeah.
anyone saw this coming,
No, we thought about the possibility of going to streaming with
but don't,
Amazon,
yeah, this wasn't one that crossed
but
anyone's mind,
Netflix
was it?
is no, because Netflix is one of those that always gets rumored for every sports media rights that comes up. But
Yes.
this is the first one they've actually signed. This is the first regular live programming for Netflix, so it's a big deal for both of them.
So I'm just reading a post that's coming from the Wall Street Journal 4 minutes ago. So on the back of this,
Breaking news.
um, so Netflix have agreed to pay $5 billion for the rights to WWE Raw.
Hmm.
Um, it added 13.1 million subscribers in the fourth quarter, strongest final ever quarter for net additions, attracting 7.7 million new customers during the same period a year earlier. So you can see how big it is growing. And revenue increased 12.5% to 8.8 billion in the final quarter. Net profit rose to 938 million in the fourth quarter. But I was reading that essentially this deal is for 5 years. No, 10 years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
5 billion over 10 years.
but there's a clause in
Yeah.
it when Netflix can cancel it after five
Yes.
or extend for another
10.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you've also seen this
It's
going
five,
in.
10 out of 20.
Yeah, so essentially we're going to see at least 5 years on Netflix.
Yeah, which
I
is good for Netflix because the fuckers cancel everything halfway through. So at
Yes.
least we've got 5 years.
Yeah. What it,
Yeah.
the weird one is though, for once, the UK seems to benefit more than America in terms of this. Because it
It's
appears
huge for us.
because
Yeah.
it appears in the UK that we get Raw,
Yep.
NXT, SmackDown,
Yep.
original documentaries, and
Hmm.
all the pay-per-views, premium
Yep.
live events,
Yep.
which is massive. So essentially it's like it is the network, but better because we're
Yes.
not waiting a month for Raw. But then
Yeah.
leading up to that, what happens to the network? Because I don't see WWE wanting to pay almost twice to sort of curate something.
Yeah. We are going to lose the network.
What worries me is where's the archive?
Yes, because it is on Peacock, but it took a while to get there.
Right,
But at
okay.
least with in America,
Yeah, but here we've only got the network, haven't
it's
we?
going to be difficult to find. But
It,
also because Netflix has never been set up for live TV before. Apparently, there's been like one live Dave Chappelle special. So
I think there was a lot of questions today about how
yeah,
would it handle the live. Because
yeah,
you know what's going to happen that first week, don't you?
it's going to crash.
Yeah.
Someone, what culture, are going to be like, "Ha, I told you, AEW rules." Which is the shittest take I've seen today, by the way, of AEW chased WWE off cable.
Who's wrote that?
Our good friend, God bless
Oh,
us.
of course it is.
Um,
Um,
yeah,
but
Ross,
yeah,
honestly.
that's the only thing that I think could. I almost put money on that happening. I mean, I hope it
Yeah,
doesn't.
so I think the one like Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock, one of those guys specials, I think live,
Yeah, yeah.
but nothing on a regular basis. But so they're gonna have to redo their whole architecture. So it's a good time for him to stick in a full WWE tab and kind of have
Yes.
it standalone.
Do you think you're gonna have to pay more to get the WE tab or the WE stuff? I
Weirdly,
would.
my dad raised this because I was talking to him about it earlier.
I wouldn't be surprised because
It
I
could put it on
think
a premium tier, but apparently
yeah.
the reason they've bought it is because in I don't know if you can get it in the UK because I get my Netflix through BT TV, so I just
I've got Netflix,
but there
so
is a cheaper at least in the US it's a cheaper ad supported version.
yes, I think there is here because
Yeah.
on
And
a
that's
slightly
what
different streaming
yeah,
platform, Disney have done the same. So for £5, you can get everything, but it's
yeah.
got ads in it.
And apparently that's the tier that Netflix are targeting with this. they want wrestling fans to pay like $5 a month or whatever it is just to watch Raw.
I think
Um,
people do that
oh,
because
I think so in America, NXT will move on eventually, I think, after the CW deal. But
when does the
SmackDown
CW
is
when does
stuck
this
on USA.
yeah, so they're till 20. I don't know when they are, when
Yeah.
those deals.
I feel like the CW was over 1 or 2 years, but it hasn't started yet. It starts next year. Oh no, it starts in
It
October
starts
this year. And then
TV deals. Let me just have a quick.
Raw has from October 1st this year. Sorry, SmackDown is moving to the USA network, which is currently the home of Raw.
So Fox has ended up with nothing, has it?
Yeah, but Fox declines to renew SmackDown. So that was their
I
choice.
Yeah, I wonder how much they're regretting that at the moment.
Well, apparently they thought they were overpaying based on what they got because it was kind of lower than average ratings um for Fox.
All right, okay.
But for USA, Raw is the only thing that keeps that station alive, apparently.
On the USA
Like
Network.
it keeps it in the top 20 because the ratings are so high compared to
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
else. So
Because
they've had to overpay for SmackDown because without that,
they
they're not
wouldn't.
relevant anymore,
Yeah, they
basically.
wouldn't have. Because I was going to say they're
Yeah.
losing NXT as well.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, it is. It is massive. Like I say, I think there'll be an additional tier. Like my biggest worry when I read it though was what happens to the archive.
Yeah. I think we'll get it eventually on Netflix.
I hope they don't just do a hard shutdown of the network.
Yeah. Let us have
That's
both.
Yeah. I wouldn't be. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they keep the network open but don't add any new content to it.
Yeah. Or even if you just had to log in, the network app was there. You just had to log in with your Netflix account. But it was
Yeah.
just there
So they
as,
sort of
yeah.
link, almost like link them in a way.
Yeah. I think the worst thing would be if it's not a separate area and you've got to go through like quirky
Yeah.
90s TV shows and then
Yeah, yeah.
Shotgun
Right.
Saturday Night appears out of nowhere. Like that would be the worst.
My wife would kill me
Yeah. Just
if
your
I
algorithm.
ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I've got my own profile, but
Okay. Yeah.
she would if I watched it on hers by mistake or something, she would not
Yeah.
be
The
happy.
algorithm would just absolutely
Yeah,
be
yeah, it
good.
would
But
it
it is
would
more accessible. So I was read at some stats. In the UK, for the UK, I think roughly from what I've heard from what Brian Alva was just saying, the same amount of people who've got access to USA Network now roughly have got access to Netflix.
I think a lot more people will pay for Netflix than they
Yeah,
would
but I
for
think
cable TV as
it will
well.
probably, yeah, extend theirs. In the UK, it's huge.
Yeah, it's massive because
TNT Sports have 1.5 million subscribers.
that's BT, isn't it, essentially?
Yes,
Yeah.
Netflix have 16.5 million. So it's
Yeah.
essentially, we're back to the good old days when WWE was on Channel 4.
Channel 4. Yeah. I think in from a selfish point of view, we benefit for once. We never
Massively.
benefit from this stuff.
I can drop
As
my
as
TNT
UK fans.
Sports subscription. This is
Yeah,
it.
but genuinely, this is it. I think people are they still on Sky as well? Has Sky totally bin them off now?
No, it's all on.
It's
They
all on being
sub-license some to Channel 5.
right.
They
Okay.
have like Raw and SmackDown highlights like a
See,
week after.
that'll go as well
Yeah,
then,
but that's
but
all TNT pay us BT pay and then Channel 5 pay BT for those like sub-license it. It's not a direct deal.
but yeah, I BT or TNT, whatever you want to call it, their
Yeah.
subscriptions will definitely go down
Yeah, because they've got nothing
on the back of
left.
this
I
because
assume it's like they've lost more Premier League rights as well, haven't they?
I think so,
They've got
yeah.
half as many again.
Because Amazon have lost a
Yes,
lot.
they've lost all
All
of it. Yeah.
they've lost all of theirs, haven't they? And they were the
Yeah.
best ones. Um, which makes you wonder, did they even bid for WWE as well?
Yeah, they might have done it internationally. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. But like I say, it's certainly a game changer, and it will mean that Raw is no longer the longest episodic running TV show on cable
Yeah, I'm sure I'll live
because
with that.
yeah,
Getting 5 billion.
well, I don't think after what 32 years, 33 years when it
Yeah.
comes round, I don't
Yeah.
think anything's going to beat that ever
Yeah.
anyway.
I'm sure
So
Dave Meltzer always claims it's something else anyway. I'm sure that's the thing that he does.
what a
Because
surprise!
does The Simpsons now have a shout to it? But I think the idea is that Raw's being on every week is the difference. That's what the WWE's
Yeah,
claim is.
that's the whole thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That Raw is because it says weekly episodic,
Yes.
and to me that means you're on every single week, which
Yeah.
it is. So I mean, let's just do some chaos math.
Get out,
Let's,
Dave.
do you know, what, let's just do a quick bit of math. So 52 times 33 years next year.
Yes. Yeah.
1,716 episodes of Raw will have been on cable TV.
Yeah.
Because
Did we?
even,
Yeah, because we had the 1500 recently, didn't we? I think.
yeah, that rings a bell.
Was that
Raw
the one with the Undertaker and Bray Wyatt?
episode 28th of March 2022, so nearly 2 years ago.
Yes. Oh no, maybe it wasn't that one.
No, it could be.
No, I think I was thinking 30th anniversary.
Oh, you thinking the 30th?
Yeah,
Uh,
which was yeah,
sorry,
because that was
21st of February 2022 was Raw 1500. Appearance by and the return of Edge,
oh
and
okay.
an appearance by Brock Lesnar,
Yeah,
and that was
yeah. It must have been Raw
in
30. I was thinking.
South Columbia, South Carolina.
Yes, no, if that's how it was because it said Raw is Triple X instead of Raw is War. It was the
Yes,
30th one. I
that
was
was
thinking.
the
Yeah.
January the 30th, 2023.
Yes,
That was
last
last
year.
year.
Yeah, that
We
was the last.
just last night was Raw 1600.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
As you talk about it, and obviously they haven't made a big deal of it. It was at Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. But yeah, so we've got what, another 50. So it's not going to be long. Not many
Well,
left,
the interesting
really.
thing that somebody pointed out is apparently the deal
Hang
with
on.
USA Network
Sorry,
finishes in October.
my maths can't be right then, can it, on my calculator? Because I've just said Raw 1600 was last night. There isn't another 116 weeks in a year. So
No,
Raw must have started. When did Raw start?
93.
Let me just have a. Yeah, January 93. So 52 times 32.
31. No, no,
But
it'll be 32 by the end of next year, actually. Then, yeah, the
yeah, it's
end of the year.
52. 52 times 32.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I did 33.
yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Anyway,
So it'd be
congratulations, Raw. Good run.
1664, which still doesn't make much sense, but
Yeah,
we'll go with it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so either way, it shows the magnitude of what it is and what is going to be lost from cable in America, which, like I say, is massive. To be fair, it is a big, big loss.
yeah,
But like I say, my biggest worry is and still will be until something's announced is what is happening to the archive.
yeah. But apparently, yeah, there's a blackout period. So, because the deal ends with USA in October. This starts from January.
So I wonder what they're
So,
going to do between.
are we not going to have Raw? Is Raw going to be on the network? Um,
Oh, so I wonder if Raw might even be on the
are they going
network
to
for a couple of
extend
months.
with USA Network for 2 months to say, sorry, kind of did you over there?
I wonder if they'll just put it on the network.
Yeah, be interesting. I also wonder if it's going to stick to 3 hours. No, it doesn't need to.
It wouldn't surprise me if it moved up.
Up. I'd have brought it down to 2.
I want them to bring it down. I think it will be better.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if they move it up
Yeah.
purely for advertising.
Yeah, because they are going to have advertisement breaks, apparently. That's
Yeah.
already been announced.
I think what they'll do is I think they could try between 2.5 and 3 to sort them first couple of weeks, then try maybe a 2 and then maybe try a 3.5 up to a 4.
You could
And
try it
then
out, because I mean, if you watch
and
a
then
series on
sort of see
Netflix now, they're
see
all
how
over the place.
see how the
Yeah.
ratings fluctuate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because where we've watched things before where 1 minute episodes are 27 minutes, and the next one can be 48, and then the one
Yeah.
after that can be like 19. You're like, what?
Yes.
So it gives them more free reign, I guess, doesn't it, to do that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. But I wonder then if this is also going to be a trend of Netflix starting to get more live things.
I think it's a good test for them, really, because it's kind of live, but you know when it's going to end and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
As
It
opposed to like a football game that's going to go. Um, and obviously, as much as this is a huge deal, like obviously compared to so Disney paid 4 billion for Marvel outright, and
yeah.
Netflix are paying 5 billion for WWE for 10 years. But also the UFC is worth more, presumably.
So do you think they'll try and get a UFC
I think
deal as
this is
well?
testing the waters for what UFC are going to do.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout, that actually.
Yeah,
That is not a bad shout. I hadn't even thought about. I'd not even considered
yeah.
UFC as part of
It's
this.
in the
Yeah,
UK. That's
that's
the
a
only
good
thing
shout.
that's worth subscribing to TNT for now with
Yeah,
WWE gone. So if that goes as well, I think TNT Sports UK could shut down. That's my hot take. You can't get by.
yeah.
You can't get by on 50 Premier League matches a season
No, not for how much they charge a month
unless
compared
they've
to
got the
like.
Champions League after still.
I think so, but
Yeah,
they don't
get
even
that
show
on
the
a
best
get that.
games.
Yeah, get that back on one match a week on our TV, please.
Yes, yes, please. They
That's
were the best days.
yeah. Or
They
Channel
were the
5
best.
just for a laugh. Colin
Yeah.
Murray out. John Barnes.
Colin Murray and John Barnes. But I think this is massive, and like I say, I would be willing to pay a higher Netflix subscription to get this. I
Well,
think a
it's
lot
going
of
to
people
be
will.
it's not going to be like 30 or 40 quid, is it? So
No,
you're
I
going to
mean, what
save money compared to your premium TV package,
I was going to say,
regardless of
exactly. I don't know
yeah.
how much cable is in America, but I'm assuming it's similar to sort of Sky.
Yeah.
So
Sky's
what?
getting very expensive here.
Well, I don't even know how much it is. I've not had it for years. I've had
Yeah.
Sky once in my life, and I paid for it for a year, and I hated it.
Well, my subscription for BT, and I get Sky Sports as well, and I get internet and Netflix, is £140 a month.
But to be fair, you get three channels for that, plus your
I
internet.
get all the sports.
You
Yeah.
you get everything,
Yeah.
plus BT, plus your internet.
Hmm.
Where I am, we can't even get the internet, so we
Oh
pay
yeah. For wrestling
45 quid
fans in
for that
Hull, they benefit even
separately.
more, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
we would have to pay separately for Sky. Sky Sports is what, 20, 30 quid a month
Yeah.
extra on top of everything. If you get the full package, you're looking at 80 quid plus TNT on top of that, plus your internet. It's
It's
yeah.
outrageous.
It is outrageous, you are right. But
Yeah.
no, big news. And I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. I think a lot of people will stay up for that first Raw on Netflix. I may be one of them.
I probably will. Or you
Yeah.
can. Oh, the good thing is you can watch it immediately afterwards. You don't have to
Yeah.
wait for it to be uploaded.
I think it'll bring a lot because I know somebody that cancelled his entire WWE network and stopped watching WWE because
Yeah.
he couldn't watch NXT the day after. He had to wait like at least
Hard,
a week.
hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah, so he stopped watching it entirely because of that.
Yeah.
And I think it could bring a lot of lax fans back
Yeah. This
as
does make
well.
sense now, actually, because I'm thinking back to NXT. The NXT deal with TNT ran out at the end of last year, and they didn't renew it. So NXT is live on the network now in the UK.
Right, okay. I
But
mean, it's
that must have been a start. You know, when you look back and put the pieces in place, that was
yeah,
the start
yeah.
of them not renewing with TNT.
So I wonder if they've seen something in that then potentially as
Yeah.
well.
Although I have noticed a downside to that
What's that?
is that for us fans in Europe, NXT Europe was meant to be joint promoted with TNT Sports. I'm
It-
assuming
NXT
that
Europe
ain't happening.
is no one knows what's going on with it anyway,
No,
so
it's gone. Forget it.
it's gone forever. But do we know when the first Raw of next year is that's on Netflix?
Well, it starts on January, so assuming it stays, but they've
Uh,
not mentioned it staying on Mondays yet. But
yeah,
I hope
because
it does, just because,
that's the other good point. There's been a lot of rumors recently that Raw might even not even be on
yeah,
Mondays.
the first Monday of the
Is
year
the
is
sixth,
the
isn't
6th.
it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it moves nights.
Yes.
Can you imagine if they did a Friday, Saturday night?
Well, they've not announced when SmackDown's going to be yet,
Can you imagine
as in
Friday
night.
Night Raw and Saturday Night SmackDown?
That's like Rampage and Collision.
I could see them
Be
moving
good
it.
for us because we could watch one mornings. I like SmackDown on a
Yeah,
Friday now because Saturday morning
you know what you're
you
doing.
get up and I can,
Yeah,
read the papers. Get out, read the papers. I can
read the papers. Read BBC News
glass of OJ, come down, put my slippers on, watch SmackDown.
and chill out for a
Yeah,
couple of hours watch SmackDown. I could see them moving Raw. I didn't even consider that as a point.
yeah.
I don't because there was rumors earlier this year, wasn't there? That it moves.
I'm quite the traditionalist, so I hope they don't.
I hope they
Um,
don't either. But then
but
again, I always wanted SmackDown on Thursday nights,
also
so
SmackDown on a Friday night gets higher attendances, and that's become more important now.
yeah, because
It's
it's
like
done.
the PLEs, isn't it? Like now they don't have to pay for views. They can put massive stadium shows in Australia because suddenly that's more important
Well,
than yeah.
they don't appear to either the nowadays to sort of do house shows as much either.
No, because they weren't making money. So they've got
Yeah, so like I say, they only do them, don't they, over here, so to speak.
yeah, in big cities. They did a holiday tour across Christmas, which was pretty successful.
I think that's something they generally do, isn't it? Some
Yeah.
sort of something like that. But yeah, it's going to be certainly an interesting. There's going to be lots of rumors, isn't there, over the next 11 months until
Yeah.
something concrete is
But
announced.
I'll tell
But
you what I'm looking forward to more than any of it with this. I should have just thought about it, so I'm not looking forward to that much. The
go on then.
Netflix crossovers, right? So, one, bring the Big Show back. Get the Big Show a season two.
Get the Big Show back. Wasn't there a
Absolutely
Mark
two.
Henry show?
He was on the Big Show.
Right, okay.
Him and Foley and Rikishi.
Yep, got it.
One episode. We want someone on Queer Eye. Vince on Queer Eye.
Oh my God.
Uh, Love is
Imagine.
Blind. Get someone on Love is Blind. Um, Stranger Things season, well, last season comes out next year.
I've never seen any of them.
Make the main villain the Boogeyman or the Undertaker. Is it Cake? They always have like celebrity judges on like random Netflix shows that you're not heard of.
I do like Is It Cake?
Yeah, so imagine that. It's like here's the judge and it's fucking Ken. Like, maybe not Ken. Someone like that. Don't know why I thought of
And
Kane. Maybe because he was just like the thought of Kane in that environment. It just looks hilarious to me. He's wearing his mask.
it was like that time when he was on BBC News with Becky Lynch and
Exactly.
he just had
Maybe
like a fleece on.
subconsciously, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
I think
Um,
you're hoping for that, aren't you?
yeah, basically. All these but Vince on Queer Eye is what I want to see the most. Maybe they've already recorded it, and that's why he's got rid of his
And
mustache.
that's why they're doing it. Ah, yeah, it's a good shout.
Yeah. Jonathan Van Ness's be like, it's gotta go immediately. God damn. I think we've just written a new Wrestling Around script
New wrestling
um,
around
after
script.
the Christmas special, which is happening in February now. Sorry, it's not tonight. We should have apologized for that at the beginning as well.
Yeah, it's fine.
We did
Um,
promise it.
just going back to the to moving from Monday nights. When you're looking at WWE Raw, do they call it Monday Night Raw these
No,
days?
not anymore. No,
Okay, I'm not
because
reading it
there's a lot of countries where it's not on
on Monday.
Mondays.
Right,
Yeah,
okay. I'm not reading into in between the lines.
yeah. Same with, well, SmackDown used to be called Friday Night SmackDown. That's just
I
called
know it's
SmackDown
just
again now.
SmackDown. No,
Yeah,
it's fine. Fair dues. That's me just trying to be a bit
yeah.
clever
But
there.
apparently it is going to be live. But yeah, I could see them doing it on a weekend because the attendance would go up.
Yeah,
Like it must be if you think if they're advertising for kids, surely it's easier to keep your kids up on a Friday night than it is a Monday night.
Friday, Saturdays.
You
Yeah,
notice it with a SmackDown crowd anyway. They're noticeably younger, I think.
yeah, yeah.
You can hear it the way they cheer and that. Yeah.
But before we get to the first Raw of 2025, we need to go through the Royal Rumble of
Bloody hell.
2024.
It's all happening.
So we've got
Yeah.
four matches announced so far. Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. For the US title, forgot Logan Paul had this title.
Yes. Is there going to be a
It's,
stipulation for this one?
there's nothing announced as of yet.
Okay.
Is this Logan Paul's first defense of it
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
since winning it in
Crown
October?
Jewel on it.
Is that October?
October, late October, early November.
Yeah,
Can't remember. It's
it was
normally
certainly before
Halloween.
Survivor Series,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Yeah. For the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. I think that could be an underrated banger. That could be one of those matches that is just a solid match and could be one of the best matches of the year.
I think it could be. There's apparently the only reason they made it a four way is because they don't want Randy Orton to lose this early into his return.
I think AJ Styles is eating the pin.
Yes.
So
Or LA Knight.
I don't think it'll be LA
Because
Knight.
I think it's LA Knight versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
See, I think it'll be AJ Styles that eats the pin, but LA Knight.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to pin LA Knight because I think they want to put him put a title on him at Mania.
Yeah, but my thinking is for same reasons that he will get pinned because Logan wins. LA Knight doesn't. Ha! I won at the Royal Rumble. You didn't.
And then he comes out and goes,
Get out.
"Yeah,
I'll get you. Yeah.
yeah, okay."
That's right.
The men's Royal Rumble,
Huge. Who's gonna win?
CM Punk or Cody Rhodes?
Apparently those two had a very good promo battle
Yes, they
last night,
did
which just kind of got
because
lost in the shuffle.
yeah, I was going to say I think that's sort of been overlooked because also that's sort of been lost in the shuffle is the rumors of Seth Rollins potentially giving the title up because of a knee injury have sort of been not quashed. I guess he's probably still has got some
Yeah.
form of knee injury, but he said he's going to take the title to Mania. I guess you won't see him in the ring as much.
No,
I
and
think
you don't need to.
he'll be cutting promos. He just won't be having matches.
Yeah.
But I think it's about damn time that he lost that title.
Yeah, I was disappointed he held it as long. I think whoever he faces, he loses to, unless
The only other option
it's
is a
CM
priest,
Punk. I
is a
think
pr
if it's CM Punk versus Rollins, Rollins wins.
and then a Damian Priest cash him.
No, I just think I think they would let because Rollins is being loyal to the company. I think they would, similar to how Brock lost his return match, they would CM Punk would lose.
Big call.
Yeah, only if it's against Seth Rollins. I think anyone else. If you were to be ballsy, I would just have someone like Finn Balor or Damian Priest win that Rumble. Because if you're doing Rock versus Roman or Roman versus Cody on night two, this match isn't going to main event because I don't. I think the Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch will probably main event
I think there'll be a women's
night
main event
one.
one night, and then the Roman match will main
Yeah,
event the
so
other night.
I don't think we're going to be as bad as Del Rio versus Swagger territory in terms of weak
No,
world title matches, but I
no,
don't think
no.
this is going to main event. So I think you can put someone slightly less fancied in that slot if you're not doing CM Punk.
What do we do with CM Punk then if he doesn't win the Rumble or have a title match?
Stone Cold. It's
Okay.
all bets are off. The
Yeah,
Rock's on the board. He'll ring up his old mate Stone Cold, say one more
that's
match.
true. That's true. I'm choosing between Cody and CM Punk to win the Rumble. I
Yeah,
think this is the year that Cody topples Roman.
yeah. Does it
And
feel too
then
obvious him winning the Rumble 2 years in a row though?
I don't know, they did it with Austin though, didn't they?
Yeah,
Did it with Austin. But then again, we felt it was obvious last year, and it still pisses me off that they didn't win it last year.
yeah. But last year he
Last,
had it too easy. He won. He came at number 30. I think Cody enters at number one.
ooh, yeah,
In
Ray has to
fact,
fight for it.
fuck it. Right, here's my pitch now. I don't know
Go
who
on
wins
then.
it. Punk and Cody 1 and 2.
I could see that.
Gunter 30. So it's a reverse of last year.
Yeah, I could see
Because
that.
I think Gunter's facing Brock. So I think
Yes,
Brock comes
yeah, yeah,
back in
yeah.
the Rumble and one of them eliminates the other one.
I think Brock is eliminated by Gunther.
Yes. Drew McIntyre style. That would be good.
Yeah,
Drew
yeah, yeah.
McIntyre's an outside shout for the Rumble. I don't know.
I don't see
Yeah.
that personally. I wouldn't be against it, but I don't see it
If he
personally.
does, he's re-signed.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I could see him potentially going off. I don't know though.
Him
Could
versus
he?
Punk would be good though if he's not gonna because Punk's whole thing was I'm gonna main event WrestleMania, and I don't think he would main event WrestleMania, even if he
What
wins the
first
Rumble.
year?
Yeah, so maybe they hold off on that.
See, I think this is one of the hardest rumbles to call because no one expected Punk to
It
come
feels
back.
obvious, but yeah, it's so difficult when you actually look at the
Yeah, like I
permutations of
say,
each
I think
one.
because Punk's back, no one expected that to ever happen. And
Yeah,
I think
even
that's what,
including Triple H.
yeah, and I think that's what makes this a lot more difficult is that no one has a clue what could happen this Sunday.
Yeah.
Women's Rumble, I've genuinely got no idea. I would have picked Charlotte Flair, but now she's injured.
Yeah, because I would pick in Becky Lynch, but again, I don't think they'd have two obvious winners, even though they've done it before. And I
Could
think because there's
I
going to
could
be no
see,
world title matches in Australia, the chamber matches are going to be for number one contendership of the other titles.
yeah,
So you would need a big star in some of them.
I could see this sort of even being like the break as the start of the breakup of Damage Control.
Yes.
I think that'll happen. But who's actually going to win it? I've genuinely not got a
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
Who is the other women's champion?
Is it EO?
Yes. I barely. That's my outside shout.
Do you know what I was thinking? Bailey.
And everyone else turns on her.
Bailey eliminates
The other
one of
people. Yeah.
yeah, either Dakota Kai or
Hmm.
I don't think Kairi Sane will make the last two. Is Asuka still part of it as well?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because they're going for the women's tag titles
I don't see.
on Friday night.
I don't think Kairi Sane will make the last two. Asuka probably. I mean, and then again, I don't think Dakota Kai could.
I
But
think Becky will be near the end, but I don't think she'll win it.
like I say, my original pick was Charlotte, but obviously she's injured. So, but then who does Rhea go against?
Oh, at WrestleMania, she's against Becky Lynch. I think. I think they've telegraphed that
Yeah,
already.
yeah, yeah. Good shout. Yeah, 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 of
Yeah,
course.
and I
It,
think
again,
Becky
it
should win, but
again,
Rhea
it's quite
probably will.
hard to call. I think this Rumble very hard to
It's
call.
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Have you
that's the
got any
Rumble.
outside shouts for surprise appearances?
Ty Dillinger's coming back at number 10.
Oh, fuck off. I'm just doing Ross's part for him.
Um,
Fuck
Andrade,
off. Yes, that's a
Andrade,
very
I
good
think I
shout.
think will be back. I think
Um,
he'll come back at number 26.
yeah, late on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Punk and Cody number one and two, Gunther 30, Brock 29, or the other way around, maybe, actually, between them two.
I reckon Brock will be sort of 20,
Yeah.
the early 20s.
Because the Brock's only going to be in there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna be
Um,
in there for long.
Austin,
Yeah, that's a good
maybe.
shout.
But if Austin's in it, he'd have to either get eliminated by Punk or win it.
Is
Um,
Sami Zayn on TV at the moment?
yeah, I think he's one of the
Yeah,
many baby
okay.
faces on Raw.
Yeah,
Jey
yeah.
Uso, they'll have a good showing.
Yeah,
Jey
yeah,
Uso will
yeah.
get fucked over by Jimmy somehow,
Yeah, I was gonna so
I
or
think. Or
solo.
Solo, yeah. Because I
Uh
think if you want The Rock in a WrestleMania match,
I think you'll
have
have
him tag
so
with Jey Uso against
you know what'll
Solo
happen.
and Jimmy.
You know what'll happen, don't you?
Go on.
It'll be somewhat these three will come in some form of order. Solo, Jimmy, Jay.
Yeah,
That will
they'll
be
have their own
some
little story.
yeah, that'll be some they'll come in consecutively. I think it'll be like Jimmy J or whichever one
Yeah,
which the face, the heel, and then Solo.
yeah.
I get confused as to which is the heel. It's Jay, isn't it? So
Jay
it's
Jay's the
face.
first, yeah.
So it'll be Jay, Jimmy, Solo.
Oh, so they're kind of ganging up on him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
that's not a
what'll
bad
happen.
shout.
And I
Yeah,
think that'll happen late teens,
yeah,
but they'll be in there a while.
yeah. I'd like to, do you know what? I think get The Rock in that match. Or Rikishi. That's
Big Keish coming to sort it
Rikishi,
out.
yeah.
I'm just gonna have a look who else is on the roster.
And Haku. Well, obviously
Uh,
Okada's coming in, number 30, winning it.
yeah, I suppose we better talk about
He is
that.
leaving
So
New Japan, isn't he? That's it, yeah.
he's totally going for New Japan. They've announced that. There was rumors today. A Japanese journalist had said he was going to WWE, but as of time of recording, just before we started, I think was it Sean Ross Sapp,
Sean
did you
Ross
say?
Sapp's denied it. Yeah.
Has denied it. I could still see it happening potentially. Uh,
I think it
but
might. I think they just said it's not signed now, but it sounded like it was more likely.
the rumor was
AEW
that
went from in the running to being dead set, so take that over yourself.
the thing is, I think I don't know with AEW. I know it's Okada, but I could see him easily getting lost in the shuffle.
And also, and I felt the same as Will Ospreay. You know, when they like made a bigger deal about him signing for AEW,
Mm.
it's like we've already seen him wrestling it, so it's
Yeah,
not that.
this is it.
It just
It's
feels like it's you just moving to New Japan. And I know it's not like that, but it feels like he's just moving to New Japan's American
American branch.
branch.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know they have their own American branch,
I
but
know. Yeah,
yeah,
I understand what you're saying. Um, yeah, it's
yeah. And apparently, Okada
it's not
wants his
easy.
WrestleMania moment. Um,
But I read the rumors were today that he was going to be in NXT, which I think would be a big mistake to put him in
yeah,
NXT.
I don't know. Nakamura did okay in there. If you want to get NXT back up and running again properly,
Depends what they want to do, though, doesn't it?
yeah. But
Because I know they've tried
yeah,
to shift away from that, haven't they?
I'd
But
like to see them have more takeovers. Well, takeovers again, but NXT pay-per-views in arenas if they're doing that. I don't want to see Okada having
yeah,
big matches on a
it's
soundstage.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I think to me, if you bring in somebody of that stature and he needs to go straight to the main roster,
yeah,
because
but
I think
yeah,
because like you say, he can't. For me, he's too good to be going in front of the just the
yeah. But I
all
mean, I say
same.
like Nakamura did it, but it was a different time. But that match we went to, and because I was excited for Nakamura's debut, and I never
Oh
seen him
yeah, yeah.
wrestle. And I think a lot of
I think
American fans, well, Western fans, will be the same. There'll be
I
a lot
think
of people dead excited for Okada
I think the thing
who
was,
haven't seen him.
and NXT at that time was a lot more popular than what it is now.
Yeah, true.
It was it was kind of the AEW before AEW was a thing, wasn't it? It was that
Yeah.
alternative, even though it was under the W branch
Hmm.
banner. It felt very different. Um, but yeah, I think it would be a mistake to put him in NXT.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he should go straight to Raw or
Yeah.
SmackDown.
But yeah, has I think Okada has been at WrestleMania before, and I know this because me and Ross stood next to him in the queue
Idiots.
for the Access Superstar. While I was buying my souvenir cup.
Outstanding,
So
and
I've
you
got a
didn't.
souvenir cup that's been near Okada.
That's been near a car.
That's my claim to fame. But we didn't get a
What?
picture of him. One, because we weren't sure it was him, and that was kind of racist.
Yeah, yeah,
And two, we didn't really care. I don't mean that in a bad way, but we weren't New Japan fans. We just didn't know enough about him to be like a big
yeah.
deal.
It's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah,
Where as you got a bit older, you probably would do
yeah.
it
Like we
now, but
recognize him. Like we're kind of thinking, is that Okada? But in the same way that I would think, is that Padraig Harrington. And I'd be like, yeah, I know he's a golfer, but I don't really care.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
Sorry, Padraig Harrington for catching strays there.
I know what you
I was
mean.
going to
I
say
know.
Rory McIlroy, but I probably would get a photo of Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, Rory McIlroy would be cool. I'm just trying to look at who else. Sorry, I've just been trying to look at other people that could
Yeah.
potentially come into the Rumble.
AJ Lee is my friend Matt's outside shout.
Do you know that's not a bad shout
Yeah.
either?
Which I think is a very good shout.
I I don't know what a contract status is, but Trinity possibly.
She's dropped the Impact title, TNA title, sorry now.
Yeah, it's gone
Um,
to Jordan Grace, hasn't it?
yes. So
So
yeah, I think she's an almost certainty.
I could see that happening.
On the lose probability scale, which I've just started now, and I have no authority whatsoever. Trinity,
is,
90%.
is she up there?
Yeah.
I could also see a couple from NXT.
They'd have to for the women's at least, surely.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of the men's. I think you might see Bron Breakker.
Yes, and hopefully he just stays on the main roster after that.
I think he'll come up fully after
I
Mania
was thinking, and
because
I
he's no
don't,
longer the NXT champ anyway, is he?
yeah, but he's just in a daft feud with well, no, it's like in a daft frenemies thing with Baron Corbin at the
See, I
moment.
could see Corbin maybe making an appearance as well.
Yeah,
But
because what
to
I
be
would have done
fair
with
to
Braun
Corbin,
Breaker,
sorry, go on.
I would have put him in the Elimination Chamber and have him come second,
Yeah,
but I don't think that will happen.
and I would love to see Von Wagner in there because he's just hilarious.
Big lad, yeah.
But not not hilarious that he means to be. It's like just so unaware that he's hilarious in the
Yes,
way that he does things.
yeah.
But big up Von
Lexis
Wagner.
Ken would be quite good in there.
Yeah, didn't he do an interview recently? Sort
Yes, he
of.
did. Where he was, but he didn't slag off AEW. He just said his career is a lot better
Did he?
for being in
I've not
NXT.
watched it. I've not watched it to be fair. But yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
Um,
And Bo Dallas.
oh, that'd be nice.
I
Yeah,
could see Bo Dallas.
I'd like that.
Um,
I'd like that. That would be a nice touch.
because obviously he was Uncle Howdy, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Then obviously the sad news of Bray Wyatt's passing. He's still employed by the company.
yeah,
Um, and like I said, I could see him being making a surprise appearance.
yeah. That'd be a nice touch.
We need to write
I'm going to put him at 50-50 on the
right,
lose probability scales.
right. Have you got a pen and paper there?
No, but I've got my phone. Let's get to
Okay,
the notes
yeah,
app.
right. Write the notes app down. We'll write our
My pen and
surprises
paper, to be
down.
fair, wouldn't be.
Actual
You'll
pen
be able
and
to read it
paper.
anyway. Yeah, right.
No, it's like
Rumble. Right. Let's do
so.
the men's first.
So surprises. Mine, Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, right. I'm going to put him at 10%.
Jesus. Bo Dallas.
Yeah, 50%, I reckon.
Okay. Brock.
99%. That's how confident I am on Brock.
Who else do we say? The Rock.
10%,
Stone Cold.
11%.
I was gonna say don't go high on him.
Yeah.
Who else did we say as a surprise entrant?
I believe I said Rikishi.
Yeah, you did say Rikishi. Yeah,
12%. We're not getting. Yeah.
you're not getting any higher.
Stone Cold with 11. God, I
I
can't.
don't.
I'm worse at typing than I am handwriting in terms of speed.
I think that
Right.
was all we said, wasn't it, for the men's surprises?
Because it's in Tampa, and I'm just a romantic, even though he basically ruled it out in an interview the other day.
Go on.
Big E.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking.
25%.
I was thinking Big E,
I'm
but I
only
know.
more confident because they're referencing it now in Ridge Holland's NXT storylines,
Yeah, yeah.
which makes me think if they're doing that, they might be more confident that he could wrestle again. Although I get the impression that he could wrestle again, he just doesn't want to because he doesn't feel like it's worth the risk.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, how old is he now?
Well,
I
he's
don't
gonna
know
be...
what you think, Kenny Big E.
Yeah, they're all wrestling to the
In
40s,
fact, no,
don't
he's
they?
not. He's 37.
It's old,
He's
old man. It's
37.
not even it's older than me. It's old.
Yeah,
It's fucking old.
that's not even as he's 38 this year, so he's not as old as what I thought he was.
Yeah, but he's from Tampa, and he got fucked over the last Tampa match. He lost to Apollo Crews in the WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So we've
Um,
got Ty Dillinger at 10%, Bo Dallas at 50.
Ty
Brock at
Dillinger at 10.
yeah, it's not happening.
I'm putting him at
Right, I'm
25.
gonna put Terry. We're going to do a Terry column, right? So what are you saying? 25,
25.
right? Brock,
99. I
also
think he's
no.
back next week
Oh,
anyway.
Bo Dallas first. Sorry,
Bo Dallas, 60.
we'll put these in the group chat afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
Rock,
1.
one. Bloody hell, that's less than mine. I don't know how we win this competition, but we're going to start cold.
1.
One. No, you can't have the same percentage twice.
2 of them.
Two, yeah, cool.
Brilliant.
I've gone for 10, 11.
I've gone for 1 and 2 and
Uh,
put the
Rikishi,
3.
three, yeah, three. And then finally, Biggie,
0.5.
0.5. Bloody hell. Okay, right. Any more potential men's surprises?
Not that I can think of.
Um, Bad Bunny, right.
Oh, that's a good shout, yeah.
I'm going to put him at 30 for me.
20,
30%.
25 for
25.
me. Yeah.
I can't think of anyone else. It's got to be him. Like, I'm not even counting X-Pac because he's pretty much guaranteed to be in at this point, from what I've heard. It's been rumored for years. If he's not in it this year, he never will be.
That would be hilarious, to be fair, if he was in it.
Mm. Yeah. I can't think anyone else has been out for a while. Probably got everyone covered.
Andrade,
Andrade, of course. What are you putting
um,
him at?
85.
85. I'm going to go 60. 60.
That was the other one we mentioned. I knew there was somebody we were
Yeah. But
forgetting.
if he doesn't appear there, it'll be Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or maybe Raw, even Raw after Royal Rumble. I think
Raw after
they're
Rumble.
gonna make a big deal out of all of them.
Yeah.
Is anyone big enough? No, there's already Grayson Waller, isn't he? I'm just thinking he needs some big Australian stars for the
Grayson bloody
February
Waller.
pay-per-view.
Fair play to Grayson Waller as well for standing up to some dickheads in Australia, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, that
That
was
was that was great.
I love celebrity them on celebrity TV like that. Do you remember the one where
Are you disrespecting us?
yeah, is it Joe Hendry on was he on this morning?
Not sure.
And basically there was El Ligero and another one
Oh
doing some
God.
sort of
Can,
scrap.
can we
And
say
it was that cheesy and pathetic that Joe Hendry just turned around, rolled his eyes and turned around.
it?
But
Oh
if put on
dear.
his on YouTube, it just zooms in and just turning around looking bored. It's absolutely. I think it was Joe Wash. She was.
I've not seen that.
I
I'll
don't
have
know.
to have a look at that.
It was when they were promoting well the spot.
Outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely
Outstanding.
outstanding. Right, women's.
Who do we have?
Well,
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee. I'm going. Right, but you can't have any of the same percentages again. I've made this a rule now, and that's
All
it.
right. Okay.
70%,
You
70%.
almost went what I was going to go, so I'm happy with that.
What are you going with?
I'll go with 65
65. And obviously at home, get your predictions into wrestling around at Hotmail, at Outlook.com.
at Hotmail.
We might look at them. Um, Michelle McCall, 100%. No, actually, I'm
uh,
going to put Michelle McCall 99% because I've got another 100% now.
I don't know if she'll be in it this year or not. The McCool. I'll go
Nah,
40.
depends what Undertaker's doing.
Yeah, I'll go 40. Where is Rumble this year?
Tampa.
Yeah,
All the wrestlers live in Florida.
I'll go 40. Apart from Taker, who lives in
Right.
Texas. I'll
Yeah.
go 40.
My 100% is Molly Holly. She's in it every year.
Is she?
Yeah. No one cares, but she's in there every year.
Um,
She's like the women's version of the Hurricane. She just
th-
every
35.
time they need someone, a surprise appearance, it's her.
35%.
35.
Nothing will beat
And
my Lacey Evans one that year.
yeah, Lacey Evans odds on her.
Uh,
0% for me.
1%.
Excellent. You've already had 1%.
Not
Oh,
0.25.
0.25, yeah.
I didn't know if we were allowed to say different same percentage
Yeah,
for different people.
I didn't even think you'd come in, but 0.25%. Fabulous Moolah.
0.001%.
Yeah, I must have put 1% now.
What other women could make a surprise return?
There's a big one for you. Stasha Banks.
Ooh, that's one I hadn't thought about. 55.
55. Because I'm a subscriber of Fightful Select, I'm going for minus 100%. Not going to happen. She signed for AW.
We said that though until
Yeah. Sean Ross Sapp says if she appears, the big story isn't that she's appeared in WWE, it's that she's not appeared in AW. He believes she's signed.
we all thought she'd be in. Oh,
Yeah.
Jade Cargill.
Jade fucking Cargill. Okay. Oh, could she win it? No. Or could she?
I don't think she'll win it.
I don't know if she's ready yet. What haven't I gone for? 40% going with.
Jade Cargill. I'm gonna go balls out. Have I done a 60? Have I done 70?
I don't know. This is a stupid rule.
Yeah, this
No, you
is
haven't.
right. Balls out. 70% for
So dumb.
Cargill.
Right. Naomi or
Yes.
Trinity.
Uh,
Actually, look, we're going to do Naomi and Trinity.
slash Trinity.
No, separate. Will
We'll
she
see.
appear as Naomi? Will she
Okay.
appear as Trinity? Right, Naomi.
76%.
Yeah, I'm going 90%, I think. Have I had 90%? No, I used 99 today.
In fact, Naomi,
No.
I'll go 77%, and Trinity,
So,
I'll go 76%.
excellent. Yeah. Trinity. I'm going to go with the remaining 10%. I've already used that. 9% brackets not Naomi. This is a great list. I'm sure I'm going to send this to the group chat and go like, what the fuck
Yeah,
happened?
what have you two been
Um,
doing?
9%, 76%. Um, right, I think we've got the same amount of men's and women's now. I mean, the women's are it's harder to predict.
Yeah.
I could throttle the usuals. I mean, I already put Molly Holly. I'm guaranteed that's happening. Put money on it. Um, Kelly will be there. No, I don't think the Bellas will now. They fell out, weren't they?
They're no longer the Bellas, are they?
Yeah, I think AJ Lee's the big one. I think that'll be fun. That's that's the one I'm looking forward to. Oh no, so we discussed this at work today, and I think it could happen. Stephanie McMahon,
Oh, Christ. 4%.
4%. I'm going to put that 50%. I've used 50%. Yeah, I have 49%.
Okay, I've got one more surprise for the men's rumble.
So who have you gone for Steph again? 4%.
4%. I've got one more
That's
surprise
it.
for the men's rumble, and then we'll call it there.
Yes.
Pat McAfee.
Oh, he's causing a lot of controversy at the moment.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't know why. Probably on
Oh,
the verge of
God.
being, it's on the verge of being cancelled, but it's fine.
Um,
Um, I think
Pat
he has some
Mc.
sort of COVID denier NFL player who he thinks it's funny to be on there, but he's kind of giving him a platform.
Right. Okay.
Like sort of
Brilliant.
like a Matt Letitia type, but in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant.
Um, oh, Pat McAfee. Yeah. McAfee's here. 70%.
Oh, I'm gonna go a bit less than that. A lot less than that. I'm gonna go 48.
But I think he could also commentate it like he did
Oh,
last year.
yeah. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
78.
The commentary.
Yeah, for
Pat,
commentary.
Pat McAfee in the comms.
Yeah.
Have you heard that Kevin Patrick's apparently got the boot?
Yeah, he's got the boot from SmackDown, hasn't he? Apparently. Did he get the boot from Raw recently as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's not his strong point.
No, I was gonna say
Um,
I've heard it's not brilliant.
98%. 77, did you say?
Yes, please. No, 78, I said.
78. Yeah, of course, yeah. Gotta get these percentages in.
Sorry, they mean so much to us.
Yeah, I might even make a pie chart if I've got time, Terry. Put it on the Wrestling on Twitter account.
Incredible.
Next account.
Right, we will wrap it up there then. So if
Yeah.
you have enjoyed that, as Lou mentioned, we do have a Twitter account which is at ResAround.
Yes, we've also
WR.
got an Instagram account that I've not used since the Royal Rumble of last year.
Right, okay.
Is
So
this
if you
the
want
year I bring it back?
if you want to follow that, is it both at ResAround?
Yes. Yeah.
Lou, where can we find you?
I'll American, but I wouldn't bother.
Okay. And you can find me at Terry Peters again. I probably won't bother. I'll just be tweeting nonsense as
Yeah.
usual. And you can find us all at Rest Around. Thank you very, very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you myself. Hopefully next week Royal Rumble sort of review, I guess, next
Yeah,
week.
the
Yeah,
Wrestling on Christmas special. It's Ross's birthday in February
that's fine. We'll do that.
ish. Yeah.
So Royal Rumble 2024 review next week. Join us for that. Thank you very, very much for listening. We will see you all next week and enjoy the Rumble of 2024.